today, it's an honor to have this incredible lady on Rosie Talks Live. She is someone I've always admired and wanted to interview. This lady is a true leader and survivor. She wears her $1 million smile through adversity. And I'm so happy to introduce to you my friend, Wendy Morris. Wendy, thank you. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I mean, we had a little glitch before, but we persevered and here you are today. How are you doing?
Yes.
Yes, yes.
I'm
We're having a
doing
little
good.
delay, but I'm with you. You can hear me?
Yeah, I am.
Perfect, perfect. Before we get started, the one thing that always goes through my mind when I think about you is that smile. And I just want to know, and I keep asking myself, how do you keep flashing that $1 million smile even when your journey is like sometimes the rockiest? How do you keep doing that?
I think about the many, many people who started the same sort of journey or even rougher journey than me, and they're not here, and I'm here. So I just smile through it.
You know, you
That's how it.
no, no, go ahead, because I'm just going to give them a little background of your journey, and I'm going to let you speak to it a little bit more. Um, Wendy has been living with epilepsy for many years, is a cancer survivor, and has openly and bravely spoken about her struggle with depression. But yet, what supersedes that is your quest to always teach and be open to others. Speak to me about why you are that way. What pushes you to do that?
Okay, so I'll start a little bit at the beginning.
Yes, please.
22 years ago, it's almost 22 years ago, I was pregnant with my son. Just around this time, no, I wasn't around this time. I was like about
Right,
February
right.
2001. I start having, I remember the first seizure. I fell on the bus and
Wow.
I was just six weeks pregnant, and I fell on a lady, and I don't remember much about it, but I look back at the picture that I saw, the video that I saw, and I fell on this lady, and she pushed me off because it was so sudden, and I fell and hit my head onto the railing in the bus. And then after that, that's how the ambulance and the hospital and stayed. And but I was already pregnant, so they could not test me for anything at that time. Just
Right.
thought it was just a bit of brain pregnant. And then another 2 weeks after that, I had a seven seizure in that day, and then I had to be hospitalized for a longer time. And then they realized something is wrong because one side of my face started getting big, and by then they suspected that it was a tumor, and they asked me to terminate the pregnancy. But I had a daughter who was 9 years old, and I hadn't been pregnant any time in between
Right,
that. And I
right.
felt my husband might have needed that baby. And I somehow felt like that this was special.
Right.
I was ready to have this baby. So I said, no, we'll do this test when this baby come out
Uh,
perfect. And I
how far
persevered through
along?
it.
How far along were you?
By then I was 2 months.
Oh, wow. So you really made a decision early on.
Yes, yes. Because they could have terminated it at that time because they let me know most likely I either me or the baby will lose a life.
You,
So I persevered right through it. It was lots and
a lot.
lots and
It
lots
was
of each.
because I know a little bit more that, you could go as
Yeah.
far as or not. But there have been so many different challenges along the way. And, where every time that those challenges came, even when you gave birth to your son, Because
Yes.
he is 21.
He's be 22 November the 28th.
Okay, okay, right. So I know he was right. And you had so many challenges. But
Yes.
one of the things, though, I think you have been blessed that many strong people have been put in your way to assist and support what your tenacity for life. Talk to me about that.
I really feel like I could not have done this on my own. I feel like if it wasn't for all these supporters, all these people who strong, who helped me daily,
Yes.
because I remember being diagnosed with a brain tumor, actually getting the diagnosis that February of
Two.
2002,
Right. Mm-hmm.
and um, my baby being ripped out of my hand, they had to put someone into the home. I wasn't allowed to lift him. I wasn't allowed to take care of him because it was constant seizures.
Right.
And learning that I left the tumor too late, so just radiation, I can't get it. My chances of survival was near. Then I have to deal with the cancer part of it. Then I had to deal with 19 seizures in one day that
That is something.
make me gonna walk, talk, and the amount of friends that came and
Your village is
backed
strong.
me and helped me up. And
Yes. You
yes,
have an
I think
incredible
that's what
village.
keep the smile, the supporters.
Yes. I mean, and they are fiercely protective of you, which is wonderful.
Yes,
But Wendy,
yes,
I'm going to deviate for a little bit because I look at you every day as a survivor. I look at you as somebody who inspires me. But I'm going to talk a little bit about the scandalous, Wendy. And that speaks to
that's the Scorpio in me.
it's the Scorpio. You see, it's Scorpio season is coming. All right.
Yes,
But when I say the scandalous, Wendy, when you told me, the funny thing is we knew one another as kids, but we weren't friends. You were, funnily enough,
yes,
closer to my mother than me. Go
yes,
figure. But
yes.
when you would share
For my
stories,
behavior.
oh my goodness, I want to kind of egg you along about the story that you said when a particular, let's just say vaguely, teacher was speaking and you said, look, I'm going to need an umbrella. You want to tell that one?
Well, okay. She, so that's was a problem with me in class. I could not keep my mouth closed. I had to
No.
say something. So she'd speak and speak, and it me in the front row because I disrupt the class. She said, and she was spitting on me. And so I
Uh-oh.
brought an umbrella to class, and I opened it, and she asked me why am I opening an umbrella in her classroom? And I said because every single day there's rain,
Oh
every
my
day, and I can't
God.
take this on. And she just said, "Get out."
Get
I
out.
said with pleasure. I can't take the rain.
You see, and that is why I feel as though because you're so layered, you are a realist, you're a survivor, you're positive, but you're scandalous. You say things, you speak your mind. I'm
Yes.
not even professing that every day is rainbows and cookies. I'm not.
No.
But I think that the fact that if you have to take the time to stop and go within and try and heal, you do, but you come back every time. You try to come back and fight. Tell me about how do you see your legacy in inspiring not only your daughter and son, but your beautiful granddaughter? How do you see you living through them? Because I see this legacy continuing.
Well, I hope that my journey and how I handled my journey show them how strong I am and how strong they can be with anything that might hit them in life. Because it's the journey isn't over, right?
Not at
I'm
all.
cancer
Not at all.
free right. I'm cancer free right now.
Oh, wow.
Seizure control.
Congratulations.
Yeah, I'm seizure controlled at the moment,
Good for you.
unless I put it. But I still suffer every so often with depression. It goes up and down, and then it comes a part of from the medication. And I I want them to know it's okay to be strong sometimes, but it's okay to shout out and say, I need help. And I like them knowing that this is me. I'm a real person. I'm not a super mother and I'm not a superwoman. I have my strength and I have my weaknesses. But they don't need to give up on every little struggle that comes your way.
So, Wendy, I just want to just reaffirm and just let you know that being depressed, your plate is full to overflowing with challenges.
Yeah.
People with way less go into a deeper depression. So I'm not saying that you have all right, but we understand. But what I think most of us admire about you is that you recognize it,
Yeah.
you face it, you talk about it, and can we talk about the fact that you've even been ridiculed for sharing your story? You want to talk about
Yes,
that?
I still am. I still have family members who are angry that I bring this part of the family life outside. I'm talking about depression. I remember, I want to touch on a time that I really wanted to commit suicide.
Mm-hmm.
Not that I consciously wanted to do it, but my medication level was so high and
Right.
they wasn't aware that it was high. Started the meds and he said, I need to give this 3 weeks before I complain because I complain a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And I went out into my balcony and stand at the railing, and there's someone on the other building saw me. Now I didn't even realize that I'm there, but I just knew that I wanted to fly, which
Yes.
that's been one of my favorite songs, I believe, to
I
fly.
hear you. I hear you.
So one is the time. That's the time for me when I realized that I need to speak about what's going on inside, how
That's right.
cold and dark it is, how
Yes.
lonely in spite of all these friends. I remember reaching out to you and we wasn't even like close friend. And I spilled my guts and said it, and you sat there and listened. And it was amazing. You did not ridicule me, you did not shout, and you did not tell me. You just let me talk. And for some reason, after I break that dam, I'm not ever gonna stop and say, I am not me today. Let I say that I come right out and say, today is not a day that I Wendy there.
And I thank you for sharing who you are. Um, One of the things, as coming from a Caribbean or West Indian background, is that we wear this cloak of shame, and we don't realize sometimes in the speaking out, we are not only healing ourselves, we are helping others. And you, my friend, are the epitome of survivor and thriver. And you are also that person that just selflessly lends your spirit to others, even when it's dark. And that is why I know there's more, because you and I have a project that we're going to be working on. We're not going to see it here. We're not going to see it here. But, we're going to work on a project together because I know there's a lot about your life that will continue for generations to come to touch many. I remember you said when you met the Prime Minister, Justin Trudeau, he was in awe at your presentation. And again, I think it's that
Yes.
smile that throws people off. They go, what is she saying? But I just want to ask you, in closing, what is it that you would like to share with the world? Your message.
So I want to say though, I might be I am a cancer survivor.
Yes.
I am a woman living with epilepsy, and
Yes.
I am a woman, black, strong woman
You are.
living with depression.
Right.
But I'm also a mother of two biological kids and all my God kids, that's mine. And I am I have the most beautiful, intelligent, smart, and loudmouth little girl that I call a granddaughter. So every single day might be struggle sometime to get up. It might be a seizure day. But if anytime you fall, there's no other place left but to get up, and that's what I do.
Wow.
And I
Wow.
want everyone to know this. When you're down, just make sure you have on a really good underwear and get yourself back.
Yes.
That's
And get
it.
up with the clean
Yeah,
underwear. I hear you. I hear you.
yeah. And it must be nice, not
Listen,
cheap.
no, no, no. Oh, God knows I know it's not cheap. My friend, sadly we're out of time, but we're going to do this again.
Thank
Continue to inspire, but more than that, continue to pour into yourself and heal. It's never going to be perfect, but it's going
you.
to
Yeah.
be your world that you are pouring into. And by, default, we get to gain so much from your experience. And we just want to thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, absolutely. Thank you for joining me here at Rosie Talks Live. We are going to do this again, but you are definitely someone that I look up to in terms of what can be. Like there's, as you say, get up. There's no other choice but to get up.
Yeah.
Thank you again.